And tonight is going to be just a little different in the beginning because Spirit has been basically talking to me all day. And we're going to chime in. And I would just want to share what Spirit gave me for us, meaning that I'm included. Numero uno, messenger always gets the message first. And this is something that we'll be taking with us into 2024. And if you receive the word of the prophet, so shall ye prosper. That is from the Bible, and I still stand by that. Someone brings you a word from Spirit. It doesn't matter how people want it to be, who they want it to be from. It's from the spiritual realm. There's a message. If you take heed to these words and apply them to your life, next year will definitely be one to remember in a good way. So let's go ahead and chime in. So I got my malachite in here. We're going to chime in, and then I'm going to pull some cards, and we're going to go from there. And tonight we're going to be doing part 2. Hi family, how y'all doing? We're going to be doing part 2. Hey Miss Rose, good to see you again. Hey Kira, I just saw your question. I was like, wow. Yes, because of what you said. Like, Spirit is really, really working with you. But we'll get into that later. So let's go ahead and chime in. So today, I've been just in the flow with Spirit. Spirit has really been talking to me. And so many great things I know. Y'all, forgive me, I'm just rolling around. So many great things I know is in store for myself and my family. And I'm just a firm believer. If you are someone that teaches online, that heals, I'm an influencer online, and people follow you, and they love what you do, and they're supportive, like all of you. I believe, just as a lot of things, I still, I can't take away from the Bible, because it's just amazing. Some of the stuff that's said is so key. Whether we believe the analogies, and we all know the truths and what man said, what God said. But one of the stories in the Bible talks about how the anointing oil, was poured on Aaron's head. Okay, he is the one that took the assignment to the next level after Moses went on to the other side. But the anointing oil was poured upon his head, and it just dripped down all on his face. And then the oil just kept running from his beard. And from his beard, it just dripped on his clothes. And so that signifying being a leader, being a mother, being an influencer, a CEO, just being the head of something. That's what that signifies. But the beautiful thing about it is that the blessing that was poured upon his life, it dripped on everything else. I'm going to try not to preach tonight, but if I have to preach, I will. And so I am a firm believer. I've always believed this. I've seen it in action. If the leader, the person that you're looking to, that's inspiring, your mentor or coach or whatever, they're blessed, you're blessed. Period. And so there's so many great things coming for me and my family. I've been working on it this year. I've been doing a lot of work. Yes, I've had hardships. Y'all have heard many of my stories. But next year is going to be phenomenal. And so if it's phenomenal for me, it's going to be phenomenal for you. Again, I never take away from the fact that we're going to go through some things, but we're going to see some great things as well. And so Spirit was dealing with me about that and just saying, tell the people that you kind of, this year, you did test runs. You figured out where you need to be. You knew, okay, I need to come out of this, get into that. It was as far as your spiritual walk, as far as your spiritual journey. And you test the waters in a lot of things. You did some test runs. I know I did a lot of test runs. I was a closet witch. I came out. I did my test run, being on YouTube. Did my test run on my page. Start my coven. I did a lot of test runs because I wanted to see, is this what I'm hearing? Is this what I'm seeing? Is it going to work? And I'm not the only one. Y'all done it too. Those that listening live and those that go back and listen to the replay. So Spirit said, okay, you've done your test runs, and I've proven to you, your ancestors, your spirit guide, God, the goddesses, whatever you work with, I've proven to you, yes, it's real and it works. So we can't do any more test runs in 2024. We gotta go with it. Whatever that looks like for you. I know that, when it comes to my tarot card reading, my business, things I can have planned for my family. I want to get some books written. There's a lot of shit I got to do. And I've already been proven. It's already been proven that it's going to work. And so that is the word for us going into 2024. Do this shit for real, for real. No more test runs. It's going to work for you. It's going to work for you. Y'all, I don't know why am I trying to get my lighting right. Y'all know me and this lighting be having it out. It's going to work for you. If you tested something for your marriage, you tested something for your business, it's going to work for you. Is my light check? Something, I got something. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on. So no more test runs. Okay? So I'm going to my very first deck. I've already pulled one card. Hey sis, how you doing? Ooh. Okay, so I have 4 cards here. Last night was really good. I really enjoyed last night. And y'all all stated that you enjoyed it too. And so we're going to go through that part 2 tonight. Not going to take long, but I just have to give y'all this word from Spirit. Okay, so I have 4 cards here. And the first card deals with your intellect. And it's going to confirm what I said. This is the Ace of Swords. It deals with your intellect, new ideas. It deals even with surgery and mental clarity. If you look at this card, it just seems like she's underdressed, right? She's underdressed. It's snow-capped mountains in the back. She don't even have on shoes. Okay, it's just like she's not prepared enough. But it's so beautiful to look at because of the garment. She's got the sword and she's got the confidence. But it's snow-capped mountains in the background. Okay, reminds me of Colorado. Maybe Spirit is gonna bless me to go to Colorado because I really want to go to Colorado. But anyway, new ideas, the new ideas that you've gotten this year, the new ideas that you tried, the test runs that you did, they work. You have to fully implement it in 2024. Yes, there's going to be new conflict. Yes, it's always going to be new shit. But if you have a clear vision before you step into the vision, nothing can shake you. Nothing can shake you. Okay, and for those of you that may be undergoing surgery next year, Spirit said all is well. Just make sure you do everything the doctor says do. Maybe you had some test runs as far as your health this year, and then you finally accepted the fact, I need to get the surgery. I'm going to do this. Spirit said just do what the doctor tells you to do, all the way down to dotting the I and crossing the T, and everything will be well. Everything will be well. You know, this card just looks like she's foolish. But when Spirit is in control, it doesn't matter what it looks like to people. It's about who we trust and what we've been called to do. You have everything you need to succeed and more. 2024 is our year, y'all. We're going to see some miraculous things. We really are. And so, like I said, the swords deals with our intellect. Like I always say, get your mind right. Now we're going into the physical. When we're dealing with the 10 of Pentacles, look at this. The 10 of Pentacles, it deals with family. What is it that you want to leave for your family? What is it that you're planning for your family? It deals with your legacy, it deals with retirement, and it deals with inheritance. And you may say, I don't have anything. I don't have anything to leave my children. I don't have anything. Next year is the year to build that. Start that business. Walk out on faith with that bright idea. And if you look at this, it's just like everybody is blessed. Everybody is blessed. You got to do it because it goes beyond you. And if you don't have children, you have nieces, you have nephews. There's somebody in your life. I know people that never had children, but there's somebody in their life that they want to leave an inheritance and legacy behind for that individual because they stood in that place as a spiritual son or a spiritual daughter. For me, I have many legacies to leave behind. I have biological children. I have spiritual children. You know, and I've been doing this for years. These videos, the things that I've done, my books on Amazon, that stuff, that's an inheritance. Where somebody can, you know, when I'm long gone, they can say, you know what, this is what she did. My children can say, I can tap into that and acquire wealth. If you cook, leave that famous recipe in a special book where your children can get to it. Now is the time. What is it that your family did not do? Your grandmother didn't do, your mother didn't do, your great grandmother didn't do. They're gone on. You wish, like, I wish you would have left that recipe for the cake. I wish you would have taught me how to. I wish I would have sat down a little while longer and got that information that she was trying. You see what I'm saying? What is it that they did that you wish that they would have left you so you can use it now? Hell, ain't no sense in crying over spilled milk. Ain't no sense in crying over spilled milk, y'all. We might as well pick up, okay, where they may have dropped the ball, where they left off, and do it differently for our generation. I always like to say, it's much bigger than you. That's a card of prosperity all day. Now we're going into the cups that deals with our emotions. The 8 of Cups. All right. You may have felt, this is an energy that we're leaving behind this year. Okay. This is the energy that we're getting rid of. Okay. 8 of Cups deal with withdrawal, retreat, moving on, and abandonment. Yeah, we went through some things. It's been a lonely road. Look at that. But the moon is shining, which lets me know that you still have magic within your reach. Spirit is still working with you. And then we got those gold cups. Yeah, it's a lonely, dark night. But look, she's got on her white dress and she's barefoot too. See the steps? She's a stepping. Although you may have felt like you were alone, although you may have felt like you wasn't, nobody cared, you wasn't winning, you were. Because what we couldn't see on the outside was happening on the inside. What's that song? One of my favorite songs, praise song. Something on the inside, working on the outside, brought about a change in my life. Okay? They said Jesus. I said spirit on the inside, working on the outside, brought about a change in my life. Look. Change in my life, change in my life. It was on the inside. It was on the inside. You want that money, you wanted that man, you wanted that healing, and you cried and you prayed and whatever you did, you lit candles and you meditated and you carried your crystals and you talked to your spiritual friends. You may have gotten to read it. Listen, you didn't see nothing working on the outside, but it was the inside. And it's going to bring about a change in 2024. And I love to say, alone, but not lonely. And the last card, one of my favorite cards of the deck, is the Lover's card. Partnership, deep love, a choice, the strength of two together. That could mean marriage. That could mean a partner that's coming to help you with something. That could mean your children. Somebody's going to partner with you in 2024, more so to motivate you, because you're the one that carried the vision. You're the one that's going to birth this thing out. But Spirit is bringing somebody alongside of you to help you push it out. Whatever that looks like for you. Nobody's left out. You see this card? No, pay attention, because it doesn't always have to be romantic when the Lover's card comes up. Okay? It is what it is. And if you look at the two here, it's always going to be that duality. That duality. And it's always going to be that choice. Oh, I feel that. Y'all, I'm sorry. That took me into the spirit. Always going to be that duality. What you going to do? Always going to be that inner conflict. You think that's good for you? You think you deserve it? Is that really true? Is this really happening? And then that choice. That once in a lifetime choice. And we get many of them. But because we're not ready, we don't have our mind prepared, we miss it. But I'm telling you ahead of time that Spirit has something great for all of us. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Take what's being offered to you. Yes, it's coming in the form of an individual, may come in the form of a job, may come in the form of many things, but just know that His Spirit is working. That Spirit is working on your behalf. And even with the dualities, even with the light, the dark, even with the positive thoughts, the negative thoughts, and these blessings are coming to you, know that you deserve it. And know that you're being blessed. It is not a trick. It is not a game. It is not a scam. It's Spirit. And Spirit want to love on us in 2024. And so this is why it takes us into our lesson tonight. I'm grateful for that. Thank you, Spirit. It takes us into our lesson tonight of concentration, meditation. Again, y'all want to hear me say it all the while we need it. We really need it. Abundance. Growth happens under the nightlight of the moon. Wow. That's beautiful, sis. That's beautiful. Growth happens under the night light of the moon. And you know what? I'm glad you said it, because we don't give the moon enough credit. Now, those of us that are practicing our craft and we understand astrology, we're studying the moon phases, getting into it. We don't give the moon enough credit. We think, the moon is out, go to sleep. But baby, there's so much power and magic when it comes to the moon. You can manifest so much at night, than you could do more at night than you can in the daytime. Because everything's, still. Everything's, calm. And I feel like at night the veil is a little thinner because there's not so much activity going on. And then once you learn those moon phases, you're in there. So if you have not been getting into your magic, if you have not been taking time out to study the moon phases, the zodiacs, the constellations, the planets, all of the stuff that I thought I'd never be into, but once you get a little taste of it and you begin to see how it really affects your life, yeah, you in there. So thank you for that. Growth happens under the nightlight of the moon. All right. And abundance, she said. Okay. Hope y'all enjoyed that reading. I just had to let y'all know we're not test running anything in 2024. We're going to do this thing for real, for real. Concentration is developed through focusing the mind upon a single subject. Through this attentiveness, the mind is united with the present moment, okay? We learned that last night, okay? And chosen for attention would differ according to the meditation style. It can be a visual object, a sound, or the breath. But the objective of sustaining a focus remains the same. All right? The intention is to cultivate an undistracted and undivided attentiveness. The subject that is chosen serves as a steady anchor, a lifeline amid the swirls of thoughts, images, and sensation. It is a place we continually and gently return to each time we become lost or entangled in the streams of activity that pass through our mind. I just want to do an overview. The sustaining of the focus upon a single object requires both perseverance and patience, as we are faced again and again with the habitual wandering of the mind as it departs into past and future. We are facing the habit of distractedness that has perhaps accompanied us through our lives. It is not willpower or striving that enables us to penetrate this habit, but practice, consistency, in the right spirit of dedication and acceptance. Meditation is an art, and like the exploration of any other discipline, it requires love, the willingness to learn, and the capacity to accept the moments we falter. I had to go over that. That was so powerful. Now we're just going to highlight every paragraph thereafter. Now, the nature of the mind is to have thoughts, images, plans, and memories. Concentration practice is not an endeavor to suppress any of this. It is only in very profound states of concentration that the mind will actually come to total stillness. That is all concentration is about. We are not trying to erase your mind. We're not trying to make you have amnesia. We're none of that. None of that. Those things that you remember, the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, they're going to be there. But the powerful thing about it is you'll be able to steal those thoughts. Why do we want to steal those thoughts? So that we can process them. Remember, I said we have been so programmed, stuff going through our head, and instead of sitting down and processing and dealing with this stuff, we put something on top of it. We always got to have noise in our ears. We always got to be busy with our hands. We always got to be distracted so that we don't deal with the trauma and the issues at hand. And you're saying, why the trauma and issues at hand? Because that's what it is. If you don't want to deal with it, if you don't want to think about it, if you want to push it in the back of your mind, that's the shit that needs to be still. Just make it still. Just make it still so you can process it. And why do I need to make my trauma, my issue still so I can process it so you can heal? So you can understand, so that you can grow, as Sid said. So you can pinpoint, why am I not in a healthy relationship? Why is my body going through all of these shenanigans? Why is it that I'm angry? Why is it that I can't, discipline myself? Why is it that I can't have a healthy relationship with my husband, my wife, my children? Why is it that I'm always in this rut during this time of the year? Those are the things that we can figure out on our own. And we don't have to pay hundreds of dollars to a therapist. Thank God for the therapist. Thank God for the counselors. Thank God for them. But if we can save ourselves some money, why the hell not? And get into meditation and still our mind, we can figure some shit out. We can go deep. What the song say? He'll reach way down. He'll reach way down. Spirit will reach way down and pick you up. But you got to be willing to do the work. Why is it that we want everybody to do it for us? We got a microwave lifestyle, all of us. Just pop it in the microwave. And the whole time, it's that damn radiation. The food be good, but that radiation is so bad. That's what we live in. They don't want us to do anything. And dealing with the pandemic, it really jacked us up. And they want people to exercise now. They want people, but everything is at our fingertips, right here. I can just, right here, tick, 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 tick. And now I connected to thousands of people all over the world. I done connected to you. I'm in North Carolina and you in another state. You could be in another country. Because everything is at our fingertips. And so when it comes to somebody saying you got to do the work, we don't want to hear that shit. What you mean I got to do the work? I got an iPhone. I got an Android. I got... What? She can bring my grocery. He can bring my grocery. I can order my food. I can get a mobile barber. I can get somebody to come to my house and do my hair, do my makeup, rub my feet. What you mean I got to do the work? Baby, when it comes to your healing, you got to do the work. Because what will happen is what I'm telling you, what your therapist is telling you, what spirit is telling you, it'll go in one ear and out the other. And if you continue in that way, you're going to be sick, you're going to be broke, you're going to be disgusted for the remainder of your precious life. So we need this. Okay. Why it's so much? Okay, so the way of developing concentration is to plant in the foreground of our attention a single subject, which we consistently focus upon and return to rather than becoming entangled in any of the stream of events that are occurring in our mind and body. By sustaining this focus, the mind will naturally and gradually slow down, and the swirl of thoughts will, to differing degrees, begin to calm and take their place in the background of our consciousness rather than ensnaring us. As our capacity for attention develops, it will be increasingly natural for our minds to rest in the focus of our meditation, and different degrees of unity will begin to emerge. There is a growing happiness and sense of well-being as we pass through the variety of resistances, such as restlessness or dullness, that present themselves, and the mind finds a certain steadiness and ease in its attention. What the hell is that saying? Okay, listen. This is what it's saying. Imagine, the best way I can describe it, just imagine like a hurricane tornado. Everything's flying, and you just caught up, everything's flying, you're dizzy, you're in the panic, you have anxiety, you have depression, everything's flying. But if I focus on one thing, this is flying. If I focus on one thing, what happens? The other stuff that's going on in the background, it's there, it's moving, but it kind of fades out, and this is your focus. Stuff is still going on, but what do you see most? You see this water bottle. That's what meditation does. It helps you deal with one issue at a time. It helps you deal with one emotion at a time. It helps you deal with one pain or strain at a time. All this is going on in the background, but if this is your focus, it just seems like it kind of. And if you focus long enough, it's about intention. If your intent is that, okay, today I'm going to just focus on procrastination. Why is it that I procrastinate so much? You put that in the forefront of your mind, I know you'll get some answers. And it says here, once you develop that, it takes a while, takes a little bit, some quicker than others. Once you develop that, then everything else is on a standstill. So our goal as we walk into meditation, it's going to be just like this. A lot of shit going on. People, I just can't concentrate. I got stuff going on. I want to open my eye. I want to look around. And there's still stuff just going on. But as we train our minds to focus on this at hand, it will help us get everything else in alignment. We won't be so fidgety. We won't be so anxious. We won't be so stressed out. It's just that calmness that the author keeps telling us about. That's what I want to get to. I have major depressive disorder. And we learned the stuff that grandma dealt with great grandma, all that's on me, and now I done passed it to my children. Who wants that to keep going? I don't want that to keep going. What did Spirit say in the beginning? It's some stuff we just gonna have to walk out. So we want the blessings to flow into our bloodline continuously. We are not going to be able to stop everything, but whatever we can do, it's going to make a huge difference. When I think about my precious 1-year-old granddaughter, and I got a grandson that's on the way this month. When I think about that, I got to do the work. I want to do the work. I don't want them to have to, they may not be able to deal with it like me. I've been prescribed medication. I may take one or two of those pills a year. Maybe. Not even 5. They're just sitting around. But what if my granddaughter or my grandson succumbs to that? They said, they're more they're wiser, but they're weaker. You know what I'm saying? So we have to think about these things. Make sense? Okay, almost anything will serve as a focus for concentration. Different temperaments will find affinity with different subjects as the focus for their attention. It is certainly helpful to choose an object for focus, something relatively simple and familiar to us. If we initially select an intricate mandala or complex series of phrases, we will make the task of cultivating attention unnecessarily difficult. Don't make it harder than what it is. For instance, okay, where do I start? All right, start with your breathing. Today I'm going to meditate, and I'm just going to think about breathing in my mouth or in my nose, out my mouth. Just thinking about how my chest rises and falls. Simple. Simple. Not trying to predict the future. Just do something simple. You don't have to make it hard. And like I said, 5 minutes. If you can't do 5 minutes, set your phone for 3 minutes. Or 1 minute. If you got to start at 1 minute and work your way up, make it easy. And then even if you you set it at 1 minute, even if you set it at 1 minute and you go 30 seconds, don't beat yourself up. You did it 30 seconds. Is the glass half empty or half full? Which one is it? I'd rather my glass to be half full. Okay? So I can feel like it's not going to take me much to fill it back up again. It's the same concept. It looks the same, but the wording and thinking about it different helps you to embrace it better. This is good. This is really, really good. As our skill in concentration develops, we may well choose to direct it towards increasingly complex subjects, but in the beginning, simplicity is most conducive to calmness. Listen, I'm not saying don't one day challenge yourself. You will get there. It's just like going through school. Kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. If we can get you going through the levels, like I said, there's levels to this shit. We can get you going through the levels, we getting somewhere. But don't expect to be in daycare and hop to high school. That is not going to happen, Captain. It's not going to happen. You're going to crash. Slow down and give yourself credit for every little bit. Okay, so exploring the path of concentration. Finding a suitable place to practice, adopting a posture that is comfortable to us, and bringing to our meditation the spirit of patience and acceptance, we can begin to explore some of the paths of concentration that are widely taught. Don't be tempted to rush. I said all that. Or be overly ambitious. Every moment of cultivating attention and oneness is worthwhile. Every little bit counts. Every moment counts. Every part of it. Like I said, you set your timer for 1 minute, you do it for 30 seconds. You set your timer for 30 seconds, you're only able to do it for 15 seconds. The book says, and it's confirming what I said, it's worthwhile. The fruits of our meditation may not be immediately visible to us in the form of tangible results or grand experiences and breakthroughs, yet every moment we are engaged in bringing our attention back to clarity and single-pointedness, we are directly engaged in the transformation of our being. What they say, don't matter where you start, just get started. Listen, the fact that we're even talking about this, the fact that I'm even able to read this book and break it down to you, listen, we are on the path of a major transformation. This is great. I love it. We are following the pathways of patience, dedication, clarity, compassion, rather than the familiar pathways of resistance, distractedness, and reaction. Patience, dedication, clarity, compassion. If you want to open up your meditation time in prayer, start to thank Spirit for those. Write that down. Spirit, I just thank you right now. This is my first session of meditation. I want to thank you for patience, dedication, clarity, and compassion. That'd be a great place to start. Initially, as you practice, you will find that your attention repeatedly wanders away from your chosen subject, becoming lost in memories of the past, plans for the future, or preoccupations in the moment. We may no sooner return our attention to the present than it departs once more, remembering a conversation we had yesterday. We may be tempted to try and analyze the thoughts that present themselves, wonder at their hidden meaning, or try to evaluate our progress. It is not uncommon to feel that meditation has produced even more thoughts than before we began to practice. It is more likely we are simply becoming aware of the relentless nature of thought produced by the mind, untrained in attentiveness. Distractedness is a habit of the mind. We are gently learning to disentangle, training the mind in simplicity and clarity. The moment you notice that your attention has wandered away is a moment of returning to attentiveness. Don't judge or become frustrated with your wandering. Simply anchor your attention once more in your meditation subject and begin again. Learning to be attentive, you need the patience of a child learning to walk. It described all that. I'm meditating and I'm thinking about what me and my boyfriend did last night. Really? It'll go there. I'm meditating and I'm thinking about, man, I sure am hungry. I'm tired. And you say, I ain't supposed to be thinking about that. Let me focus. That is progress. That's all the book is saying. Identify, I got a wandering ass mind. Y'all know how women will say, he got a wandering eye. We do too. Why do we always blame one sex for a certain type of behavior? It doesn't matter what sex you are. We can all have those same behaviors. All men think about is this one thing on their mind. Listen, women think about it too. One thing on their mind. You know what I'm saying? All of that. All of us can have a one-track mind, or we can have a mind that's all over the place. Meditation will definitely humble your ass. If you think your brain is all together and you don't meditate, start meditating. You're going to see how jacked up you really are. Why you can't focus? I've said that to my children, especially my oldest son. RJ, what the hell is going on? You can't focus. Why you can't focus? Because his spirit need to be calm. I don't be all over the place like that. She just be all over the place she just run here, there, and everywhere. She just acting out what's going on in her mind. You may not be all over the place like that physically, but your mind is all over the place like that. So what you can judge another can very well be judged upon you. So we all got a little jacked up mindset. If we just really be honest. I know it's not an easy message, but I'm going to keep preaching it. It's tight, but it's right. So you got to learn, I'm excited. You have to have the patience of a child learning to walk. You can't fall and be like, What we do? We say, baby, just calm down. Just try it again. Come on, come on, come on. 1, 2, boom. That's good. You took 1 step. You took 2 steps. That's good. They get up. They're trying to get it. Okay, that's enough. But now you're falling. Now you're doing too much. Celebrate the small accomplishments. Man, I didn't think talking about concentration would be this intense. But it is. Now, concentration with visual subjects. Candle flame. This is some of the things that you could try. A candle flame, a shape, a symbolic object, a mandala, or a color can all serve equally well as a focus for developing attention. The concentration cultivated in relationship to these subjects may serve as a foundation for other devotional and visualization practices later on in the path, but initially, the objective is to develop a sustained and steady attentiveness. We are integrating our mind and body with the subject of our meditation through sustained attention. This is a mandala. That's what that is. Okay, so I'm just going to focus on, if you're looking at it or if you got it in your mind, I'm going to focus on this. That's what we're trying to focus on. But listen, this, I can only act it out. Can you focus on this, and all of a sudden, and it's, you focus, that thing just kind of, and here comes something else. Let me get it back. Come back. You guys, you focus, it's shaking again, and comes something else. That's how your mind works. Okay? But we got to sustain that attentiveness. Sustain, maintain, keep it in alignment, all those things. It takes some time. Settle yourself in a relaxed and alert posture. Then place your chosen visual meditation subject just in front of you and bring your eyes to rest upon it. Now, I suggest, this is only my opinion, not in the book. If you know your mind is like me, I got a million and gazillion thoughts in my brain because I am a thinker. I am one. I'm a problem solver. I'm a worrier some days. I deal with depression. I got a lot of shit going on in my thought processes. I am a creator. So my mind is brilliant, but it's jacked up. I always tell my children, I can tell when somebody is a prodigy. I can tell when they are a genius because they're jacked up. Look at them. Look at them. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Jacked up. Anybody that's a genius, something going on with them. Okay? People look at me, I'm a little shaky. Okay? All my screws ain't tight, baby. And I ain't ashamed to tell it. If it was tight, I wouldn't be getting medicine. I wouldn't act how I act sometimes. But we have fun with it because we acknowledge that lady's crazy. But you know what I'm saying? I know how to deal with my craziness. So this is what I suggest. See, I have to get back on track. I go on a tangent. This is what I suggest. Try it with something physical. Get, like I got the candle here. That's kind of hot. I don't want to pick that up. I can pick that up. I got the candle here. Picks it up at the top. I'm all right, y'all. Something like this. Something. I got my crystal ball. That's good. But I don't want to be getting any messages, so I won't look at my crystal ball. But I'll have something I can just focus my attention on and go from there. Okay? Now you're going to bring your eyes to rest upon it. Gently settle your gaze and allow your mind and body to relax. Don't let your eyes wander around the room, but simply fasten your attention upon this object in front of you. Your mind can, I know, Concentration is intense focus. Yes. So gently settle your gaze and allow your mind and body to relax. Don't let your eyes wander around the room, but simply fasten your attention upon the object in front of you. Whatever thoughts or bodily sensations arise, give them minimal attention. And I'm telling you, you get the focus in you. Your back may start itching. You may get a little pain. It's shit gonna start acting up. But we gotta train our body and our mind to be in order, okay? So just be aware. Simply let them flow through you and pass away. As you begin to feel connected with your visual object, let your eyes close and sustain the visual impression of your subject in your mind. Okay, that's great. You got this. You're physically looking at it. It's in your mind or whatever. Stuff is processing through. Once you get that focus, if you get an inkling of it, then you can close your eyes and proceed forward. Okay? In the beginning, you may only be able to do this for a few moments. It didn't say minutes. Moments before the visual impression becomes vague or lost. When this happens, open your eyes once more and bring your gaze to rest again upon the object in front of you. You may need to do this many times before you find you are able to retain the visual impression of your subject within your mind for longer periods. Don't do it with candy. Don't do it with food. Don't do that. Oh, I'm going to do it with a plate of food. What you going to end up doing? Eating. And don't do it with your wife or your husband. What you going to end up doing? One or two things. You're going to end up doing husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, partners type stuff. Or you're going to end up arguing. Nobody supposed to be in the room with you, okay? Just you, that object, in spirit, okay? So don't do it. Don't listen. Don't tempt yourself. All right. You may need to do this many times before you find you are able to retain the visual impression of your subject within your mind for longer periods. As the concentration deepens, you will find it less necessary to revert to the external visual connection with your subject as its image becomes more clearly imprinted upon your consciousness in an increasingly sustained way. Or in other words, you won't need to do this. You'll be able to go right into it. I see it clearly. You know what I'm saying? This is how you train yourself. All right. Be patient with yourself. All right. Concentration with sound. Within every spiritual tradition, the use of sound plays a central role in cultivating both concentration and devotion. Whether we chant the name of God or use a repetition of classical phrases or prayers to collect our attention. Again, a vast variety of sounds can serve as an object of concentration upon which to focus attention. Mantras, prayers, phrases, chants, and the repetition of symbolic religious words are all sounds that are adopted as a basis for collecting our attention. I know one of the quickest ways that I'm able to concentrate and focus, I pray in the spirit. I don't know. That's just my body just automatically know. It brings me. You may hum, you may sing, you may whatever you need to do. Me, I go right into Rabaku. It pulls me into a place just like that. But everybody don't have that. You have to develop that. Okay? If you have a poem, if you have a chant, some people, they know things in different languages. The thing of it is you want to trick your mind. That's one thing I learned from my spiritual advisor. She does chants and like Hindu and different languages and stuff. And she said, the thing of it is you want to trick your mind because the English, we're so good with the English language. If you speak another language, if you speak, let's say Spanish as your first language, trick your mind and say it in English. So you'll be able to really get into that place of focusing, that place of faith. Okay, so if I'm saying something, what's that Tina Turner was saying, and what's love got to do with ring ring yang on yang? You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing that, I'm trying to focus on what the hell am I saying? Ring ring yang on yang. I'm gonna be right, concentrating like ring yang on. I'm gonna be focused on saying it right. So the mind is tricked. It's bamboozled. It's hoodwinked and focusing and concentrating. Y'all, it's real. Ring, ring, I'm just saying. I was like, okay, girl, you better say that. Ring, ring, next thing you know, she was whooping ass. She was whooping Mike ass. Well, I say Mike. Ike. Mike and Ike. So, y'all know what I'm talking about. My neck and my back. Right. You be like, God, my neck and my back. What was you doing? I was concentrating. Man, my neck and my back. Okay, here we go. Y'all know I need it because I get the giggling. That's why can't nobody be in the room with me, because I will get the giggling. I am silly. Okay. The image will become increasingly clear and detailed, vividness, and there will be a greater ease in holding it in the forefront of your consciousness. The thoughts or images that previously appeared to clamor for your attention will begin to quiet and become like whispers arising and passing in the background of your consciousness. This is a sign that your concentration is deepening. Whenever you become distracted, know that you can always open your eyes and return to the direct visual connection with your subject. Okay. Oh, y'all, did I go back? Oh, I'm good. Within every sound is talking about sound plays a central role in cultivating both concentration and devotion. The prayers, the mantras, the verbal repetition of sounds, and also others will promote a silent rendering of the sound. The objective is the same in both schools of emphasis. The attention is turned inwardly and focused wholeheartedly upon the sound. The intention is to cultivate a direct connection and eventually an absorption into the sound. Once more, the repetition is resultant. Concentration serves as a foundation for further devotional or contemplative practices where there's equally an absorption into the spiritual qualities represented by the sound, phrase, or prayer. I don't know why that lady, she just really, she's really talking. Really making it deep. And it's just, I ain't gonna judge her. It's making me think though. Okay. And I'm glad I'm able to process this and break it down to y'all. Frequencies. You can look up sound frequencies on YouTube. You can use those, but try not to get in the habit of it. Sound frequencies always also heal. Say you have depression. You can look up sound frequency for depression. And you turn that on, make sure that you don't play it while you're driving. And don't play it and you got to take care of your children. Or you got to cook, unless it's a frequency that's kind of upbeat. But if you get a frequency for healing or depression or something, that thing is, you're going to be, honey, I know I've listened to some of them frequencies. Next thing you know, I'm like, yeah. Mouth open and all. Because sound is very powerful when it comes to concentration and meditation. So, but please keep that in the back of your mind. If you're going through anything, you can look it up. You can look up a sound frequency for high blood pressure, sound frequency for diabetes. I remember it was years ago, this lady put me on to that. If you got something going on in your health of any kind, sound frequency. I think it's the sound frequency for HIV, AIDS, anything you can think of, that frequency. Like if your knees hurt, sound frequency for that. I'm telling you, y'all, sound is where it's at. Okay? And choosing a sound to serve as a central anchor for your concentration, the principles of simplicity and familiarity again hold some significance. Whether we choose the sound of Om or a simple prayer or inspirational quote, the practice begins with the slow and consistent repetition of it. Some people choose simple statements such as, may I be filled with compassion, or may all beings live in peace, as a focus that is both evocative and symbolic. A single word such as peace or calm will serve. Through our sustained focus, it becomes more prominent to us than any of the other mental or physical events that are occurring. It is important that the repetition doesn't become mechanical or habitual, but through giving each utterance of the sound or wholehearted attentiveness, it is an expression of sensitivity and meaning. Through repeating the sound, we become increasingly attuned and close to it. Again, many times our attention will depart to become entangled elsewhere. The cultivation of concentration occurs through the same gentle returning of attention to our primary object of focus. Concentration on breathing. I'm going to go right. Y'all see, this is very long. Okay, the practice of focusing our own breathing process as a means of cultivating one-pointedness and concentration is found within a variety of schools of meditation practice. All right. Counting. After settling your body in your chosen meditation posture, turn your attention inwardly to be aware of your breathing process. Don't attempt to alter or control your breathing. It will not accelerate your capacity to concentrate, but simply attend to the natural rhythm of your breath. The purpose of counting is to aid us in focusing our attention upon our breath and bring us closer to each breath as it occurs. Fixing the attention. As you begin your meditation, initially bring your attention to the whole movement of your breath from its beginning to end, and notice the way in which your body responds to each inhalation and each exhalation. The movements of expansion and contraction. Notice in which part of your body you most clearly perceive your breath. It may be in the area of your upper lip and the entrance to your nostrils, the area of your chest, or in the rise and fall of your abdomen. Naming. As you begin your meditation and turn your attention to your breathing process, naming is another means of connecting your attention more closely with your breath. As you breathe silently, make a mental note of the in breath. As you breathe out silently, make a mental note of the out breath. The words rising, falling, expansion, or contraction can be gently attached to each movement. Continue to note each inhalation and each exhalation as they occur. The purpose of using these labels is to bring the attention closer to the actual experience of each breath as it occurs. Care needs to be taken and using a mental note so they neither become habitual nor interfere with the direct perception of the breath on a moment-to-moment level. Bear attention. After settling yourself in your posture and turning your attention to your breath, again, sense in your body the entire movement of your breath from beginning to end. Notice the slight pause between the ending of one out breath and the beginning of the next in breath. Let your attention move in harmony with the movement of each breath, following its progress from your nostrils to your abdomen and the movements of your body as the breath is released. Concentration with phrases. Some schools of meditation will elect to bind particular phrases with each breath as it occurs. The purpose of this bonding is to remind us of the deeper objectives of our practice, which is not to become a perfect breather, nor just to achieve altered states of experience, but to awaken us and to cultivate the qualities of heart and mind that enable us to live with greater wisdom and compassion. The phrases can vary enormously. Some of the frequently used phrases are ones that express particular qualities of heart and mind. As you breathe in, you may silently repeat, breathing in calmness or breathing in peace, and silently repeat the utterance in harmony with the out breath. You may choose to harmonize the phrase, may I be filled with peace, or may I be free from fear with each breath. Okay? Moment to moment concentration. This practice is focused upon developing a powerful and steady attentiveness, which instead of selecting a subject of meditation that excludes every other phenomenon that arises in the moment, is inclusive. It is a practice of cultivating a wholehearted attentiveness that is directed towards whatever aspect of our experience is most predominant in any moment. It is a fluid attentiveness that can shift between the breath, body sensations, sounds, thoughts, feelings, and sight, giving to each moment an attention that is directly and clearly perceiving whatever is taking place. Whatever comes to mind is saying, concentrate on that. If you are meditating, if you're doing, this is called moment to moment concentration. If you're meditating and something comes up on your job, meditate on that and let those thoughts filter through. If that passes through and something comes up, your relationship with your best friend, concentrate on that, let that filter through. Moment to moment concentration. Okay? Obstacles in concentration practice. Concentration practice is simple but not easy, and inevitably there are a number of obstacles we will meet in our journey that have the universal quality to them. The obstacles and challenges that we encounter in our meditation practice are the same forces of heart and mind that can create confusion in the rest of our lives. Dullness, restlessness, negativity, desire, and doubt are not states that exclusively arise in those moments we sit down to meditate. They are habitual and powerful patterns that can equally arise in many moments of our lives. Our meditation practice provides the opportunity to learn to skillfully address these states, a skill that can be integrated into the whole of our lives. Okay, and that's where I'm going to stop. So, possible concentration subjects. A visual subject, number one, a visual subject overall, okay? Number one, a visual subject, a flower, a candle flame, a symbolic object or shape. 2, sound, a single word or phrase, chant or prayer. 3, the breath, counting, naming, or bear attention. Now, it's a lot in this. I just covered like the powerful key points, but as y'all can see, there's no way we will be here all night, and I'm not doing that. But I believe Spirit just led me right to what we needed to focus on and go from there. So, listen, there's a lot. It's quite intimidating and quite overwhelming. But guess what? I'm here for it because I want to be a better everything. If I can do it, I want to be better at it. You know what I'm saying? If I can make people laugh, if I can make people smile, I want to be better at it. If I'm a great teacher, I want to be better at it. If I'm a great communicator, I want to be better at it. If I'm a great listener, I want to be better at it. That's all we're trying to do. And also bring awareness to your life. And also, you can judge your life accordingly. You know, people, they come and give us insight. We thank God, we thank Spirit for those people because we do seek wisdom from our elders and our friends and things like that. But sometimes people just don't know. Sometimes people will give you advice based off of their experience or what they think or how they would do things. And we've all been there. Okay? And that's why we all need, you know, to have spiritual friends. And, you know, even, you know, having spiritual friends, being a spiritual friend, as long as we're tapped into spirit, we don't have to worry about those things. But if you are doing meditation and becoming one with yourself, that's the key. We need to become one with ourselves. We'll be unstoppable. We'll be totally healed. That's it. That's it. That's the whole gist of it all. Spirit, help us to become one with you, our ancestors, our spirit guides, and one with ourselves. That's powerful. Again, that's looking within, so we won't be without. If you look within, become one with your spirit team, with spirit, the creator, and yourself, you'll never be without. Even when somebody disappoints you or let you down, you'll never be without. You won't get angry. You won't get upset. You let go of expectations. This is really deep. I'm really getting a lot of nuggets from this. Yeah. So that's what we're headed. That's what we want to do. Okay. So I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We covered a lot of ground. This has been phenomenal. I will not be on Saturday and Sunday, so y'all get a 2-day break. My daughter is, we had it all planned out, but she has to do a couple of things for her business. I am her executive assistant, so I have to be there to assist them with the photo shoot, make sure everybody look good, make sure everything's in place. I just do what I do. So we have 2 back-to-back. My other baby, my other child, she has to go to work. I got to maneuver, and I don't want to be, I'm going to make it. I can't make it. So y'all take the weekend off, enjoy yourself, and we'll be back Monday talking about chapter 3. We're going to be talking about mindfulness meditation. Okay? Any questions or comments? I really enjoyed this because it's good. Little bookmark. Yeah, I'm looking for my bookmark. But I will be online. Y'all see me online on Facebook or whatever. I'll still be posting there. I just won't be out here Saturday and Sunday. All right. All hearts and minds are clear. Y'all good? Is Mr. James out here? Who's my buddy? Yeah, real good. It's got a little deep. It got a little deep out here. How does sound frequency work for you? Is it working for you? Kira? I want to do a little card before we go. Let's do witch's wisdom. And then we out. Y'all pray for me. I want to start doing morning coffee and tarot on my personal page on Facebook. The spirit called my ass out. Spirit's like, you still trying to like I got it 85% down. It's like, but certain stuff I won't. And it's crazy because I do be posting, I be cussing people out on my page and everything. But certain stuff about my craft, I'm reluctant to post on my main page, which is stupid because everybody can see what I'm doing. But it's still that little inklet of, I don't want to offend. What? So the fact that they're still my friend on Facebook, they must want to see. So Spirit say, put everything, do something with your tarot card reading on your personal page and stop tiptoeing around them. Sometimes I come with it, sometimes I don't. But Spirit say, if you gonna be totally in or you gonna be totally out. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna be totally in because I don't like nobody calling me fake. Spirit was basically calling me fake, like fake ass. I was like, I'm just saying, that's how Spirit deal with me. Have to. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. If I want to get on camera and do it, or I want to, draw the card, take a picture, and write something with it, or do a video. I'm not sure how I want to present this, but I want it to be really nice. So when people share it, it'll be, I'm all about presentation, how stuff looks. And I like for stuff to carry my my personality. If you look at any of my flyers that I make, they're kind of quirky, kind of fun, they're like my personality. I'm not going to give you a corporate looking flyer. My flyer is going to be fun. It's going to be professional. I'm going to make sure my wording right. It's going to look good as hell, but it's going to be fun. That's my personality. I've tried to do it, like you make it real professional. I do, but it's fun. It's my personality. When you find your niche, you just go with it. And so anything I do is going to be fun. It's going to have some fun to it. I told you I am a 16-year-old young lady trapped in a 49-year-old woman's body. My mother was 21-year-old trapped in a 76-year-old lady's body. And boy, we used to have fun. Be shopping. Oh, come here, baby, you like this? Woo, my girl. Okay, let me get a couple of cards. So that's why I'm just taking a minute to do it. I'm ready to do it, but I just got to figure out how I'm going to do it. All right. We're just going to get some witch's wisdom before we leave tonight. You be going through the same thing, Miss Rose. Yeah, we gotta come with it, Miss Rose. Be real or be still. Ain't that what they say in church? I'm not gonna be still, so I might as well be real. I mean, it's a lot. Let me get out of here. Everything popping. Because I'm hyped. The energy is popping. Okay, here we go. And sometimes I watch people lives, like on not even just their lives, like I watch their YouTube and they're so professional, they're acting their age, they're acting, oh, I can do that. But you gonna see that kid in me somewhere. You gonna see that little funny part. Even if you look at the video that my daughter did for me. Yeah. You gonna see that. One of them, I'm like this. My daughter was asking me, about how often should she listen to spirit. I was like, I am so childish. Hey, it is what it is. I love it. Okay, Watchtower of the East, spring. Okay, this goes right in tune with what Spirit was telling us in the beginning. You know that next year we're not test running anything. We're gonna run it up, run it up, run it up. Okay. So be on the lookout for me in the spring. I'm gonna be doing the darn thing. Candles, work your magic. We've seen this card before. It always comes out for us. I have a protection candle burning for myself here, and I always light a candle. Mr. James instructed me on that. He said always burn a candle when you're on live, when you're doing your workings. Balance. Okay, gotta find that balance in all things, and I know that meditation is going to do that for us. High priestess, high priest. I know this definitely for me. Responsibility. We got to assume that responsibility. Whatever that responsibility. I know for me, I've got to walk in the fullness of my high priestess. I was watching a tarot card reader. She is off the chain. Very professional, acting her age. But she had I think it's High Priestess 303. She's phenomenal. Her reading for Gemini 2024. All I could put was wow, wow, wow. Okay, so we gonna embrace, know what our responsibilities are, and walk in it. Okay. Book of Shadows, secret. Can't tell everything. All right. There's some things that Spirit is going to reveal to you. And then there's some things that the Spirit has been dealing with you in the private that you're going to reveal to others. So it could be a twofold thing. I have a book. I have not written in my my spell book. I keep talking about it, but I need to be about it. I want it to be pretty, y'all. You see, I done had this for a couple of years and I ain't wrote shit in it. I need to hurry up and do something now. Spirit said, now you need to get this stuff in here because it's much bigger than me. But I want to this is a small one. You get this on Amazon, but I want a bigger one. But I want it to be so pretty. That perfectionist, I need to get rid of that. Passion. Do it all in passion, that fire. You cannot water that down. If you do, you're going to be miserable. Like, we dumb down. Like, I've been dumbing down just a little bit. I've been on my page. I've been out there now. But Spirit's like, okay, you doing all this. Why don't you do all this and put it out there on your main page, okay? And grounding. I need to get grounded so that I can walk in total obedience. And this is another card I always pull for us. And I always talk about, being grounded within the earth. And this is, it looks like this is a farm or something, and they tilled the ground. They're getting ready to lay the seed, or they've already been laid. Okay, so we wanna walk in and embrace the harvest and rebirth. Rebirth. This is the time for that. In order for us to walk in the fullness thereof, we got to embrace this time of rebirth. Let's embrace it while it's easy, because if we resist it, it will be hard in the long run. So Spirit is giving us grace up until the end of this year, but January 1st, we better be on our shit. Period. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, I was watching her. I was like, how does she keep it together? Like, that's her personality. Me, I always been that way. And she may watch my channel and be entertained. She did heart my comment. I was like, oh, She likes me. She probably went to my page and was like, this lady is funny. We all have our different personalities, and that's what makes life beautiful. You're you, and I'm me, and together we come together and have a good time. Okay, y'all, I'm out. I will see y'all on Monday. I'm chiming out. Okay. Here we go. Ashe. See y'all Monday. Have a safe, happy, and blessed weekend. Good night. Bye-bye.